Doctors are warning about holiday heart syndrome, a potentially deadly combination of too much stress, too much alcohol, and too much salt. Dr. Nicole Saphier, Fox News medical contributor. Doctor, thank you for being here. I appreciate you spending time here. Happy New Year. Talk to me a little bit more about what is holiday heart syndrome and what are some of the symptoms we should be looking at.
Well, that was excellent reporting by William Lajeunesse, and yes, it is true, there's no level of alcohol that is healthy for you. It's always better to have less than more, specifically in the holidays. Holiday heart syndrome, it is a real thing. It's not just some cheesy thing that we kind of talk about on TV. Holiday heart syndrome is essentially when you get a heart arrhythmia in the upper chambers of your heart, specifically atrial fibrillation, and that is because of the increased sodium intake, alcohol, as well as stress that come along with the holidays. Specifically, you think about it, we're talking about the recommendation is 2 or less drinks a day for men when it comes to alcohol. Well, when you have the holidays, you have all the holiday parties and the celebrations, you're having multiple. That's actually classifies as binge drinking, and binge drinking is really bad for you, and it can cause your heart to go into arrhythmia. Now, some of the signs and symptoms of this is feeling that your heart is beating too fast, shortness of breath, chest pain, lightheadedness. If you experience any of these, you should absolutely call your doctor or even go seek medical attention, because there's a significantly higher rate of heart conditions like holiday heart syndrome and also heart attacks during the holiday season. And heart arrhythmias can also lead to strokes. We see more strokes during the holiday seasons as well. They keep the emergency department very busy.
Quickly here, Doctor, in terms of the alcohol industry, the studies over the last 5 to 10 years, it seems like recently, have really gone against drinking alcohol. And I'm just wondering generally, what's that about? I mean, it's really showing that drinking alcohol, even one drink a day or once a week, it's just there's nothing positive at all from drinking alcohol?
Well, sir, we can certainly point to some of the antioxidants and resveratrol in your red wines, but the reality is alcohol is a poison, and it poisons everything it touches. From when it goes into your mouth and it comes out of your system, it can actually lead to inflammation and cancer all along that entire track. So we know it's poisonous for us. Even it can increase your risk of breast cancer and other cancers that you don't really think is associated with alcohol. The reality is alcohol is not healthy for you. Maybe it's not as unhealthy as smoking cigarettes and tobacco products, but really no level of alcohol is healthy. My mantra has always been, everything in moderation. We can do everything perfectly. We can live a perfect life, be the pillar of health, and bad things can still happen. So, live your life, everything in moderation.
Yeah, mine was everything in moderation, including moderation, but maybe I should change that too. Cases of highly contagious stomach bug are rising across the U.S. Dr. Norovirus, we're talking about 32 outbreaks November 21st. Now we're talking about from December 5th, 91 outbreaks of the norovirus. What gives behind this increase, and what should people do to try to avoid it?
Well, we see norovirus every single year. It's prevalent. It's a wintertime virus. We see it November through April. It's what we refer to as the stomach bug or the stomach flu, which is very different from influenza flu. The stomach flu or norovirus, this is a contact virus. It's not a respiratory virus, and this is the #1 cause of foodborne illness in the winter months. You can get severe dehydration, diarrhea, vomiting. Unfortunately, this comes from mishandling and contaminated food, most specifically in leafy greens, fresh fruits, as well as shellfish. There was a big outbreak with some oysters. The best thing to do, specifically after using the restroom, is if someone is sick, you have to be washing your hands. And let me tell you, that hand sanitizer, it actually does not break down the virus nearly as well as traditional soap and water. So washing your hands really well. If someone is sick in the home, you kind of want to isolate them. Make sure you're washing all of their linens and everything in hot, soapy water. It affects about 20 million people across the country every winter, so if you tend to get a stomach bug, it's probably norovirus.
Dr. Nicole Saphier, thank you so much for the amazing advice, and Happy New Year to you.
हमारे चैनल की एक और वीडियो दोस्तों देखिए, बहुत ही अच्छी वीडियो है, बहुत ही प्यारी वीडियो है, ये सब लोग लाजमी देखिए। हमारे चैनल की एक और वीडियो दोस्तों देखिए, बहुत ही अच्छी वीडियो है, बहुत ही प्यारी वीडियो है, ये सब लोग लाजमी देखिए। हमारे चैनल की एक और वीडियो दोस्तों देखिए, बहुत ही अच्छी वीडियो है।